tell if it's a good one or not. Feel too bad. Old spotted bass. I was mentioning, I caught him on a shaky head. That's another thing. When you're wintertime fishing, a bottom bait like a shaky head is always a good option, but that fish was eating shad. See right here, he ate a little bit of shad, but I just caught him on a shaky head. And a fish is not gonna pass up an easy meal like a shaky head. It's a great bait to just drag on the bottom, keep down there in some deep water. So wintertime, late fall, wintertime fishing, you gotta rely heavily on your electronics. Like I use my Lowrances pretty much the whole time to try to figure out where fish are. They're usually bait oriented, deep water a lot. There's other things to do, but if you're trying to target deep fish. And with that being said, it's like you graph for bait. I look for bait wherever I'm fishing. Like the fish are just, they're feeding. I mean, they're just 100% bait oriented. So with that being said, you gotta find like areas. You can't just go middle of the lake and start idling. So the things I like to fish is like center of pockets, center of creeks, or funnels where like the bait kind of can get congregated and the fish can corral it. This is a prime example. This is just a big island here, a big island here. You got the main lake over there and the main lake over here, and it's just a funnel that the water kind of moves through here to get to both sides. And it just creates a kind of ambush area for the fish. So if you can find bait in an area like this, it's definitely a high percentage area. Any type of funnel where the bait kind of, the fish can corral it is, I guess, the best way to put it. So that's what I'm looking for in the winter. I'm looking for bait and an area the fish can feed on that bait. It's a lot more you'd think it is too. When you see one or two on the graph, there's almost always a lot more. They stick down at the bottom and you can't see them when it's cold like this, especially. A lot of times you can't even see them idling. Actually, you have to fish and then catch one or do something to make them come up. Even this front looking sonar is just, they're so tight to the bottom. They're easy to see once you pull them up. There's one. Oh, I missed it. Another one will get it. Another thing, if you ever miss one out here deep, you never reel it up. Miss one, keep fishing for a second. And a lot of times another one will get it. That one may have got my bait off here, but. One of the simplest, in my opinion, best deep wintertime baits is just a plain old shaky head. This is a greenfish tackle, just a ball head shaky head. It's a 1/4 ounce. That's kind of my go-to when I'm fishing deep with it. With a Zoom trick worm. And this bait's good because no matter what the fish are eating, or if they're keyed in on bait, eating crawfish, whatever, they'll eat a shaky head. It's just a great bait that you can get on the bottom, drift around, drag real slow. You can catch fish off the graph on it. You can drop it on them, get them, chase it to the bottom. It is a perfect wintertime bait that you can fish kind of a lot of different ways and cover some water out deep in 20 to 60 foot, depending on how deep you're fishing. So my setup on shaky head, like I said, 1/4 ounce Zoom trick worm. Generally when I'm fishing a shaky head out deep, I use an 8 or 10 pound leader. Sometimes I go up to 10. There's a lot of timber. With a 10 pound Yozuri braid, kind of shaky rod. That's what I made this rod for, is a shaky head. It's the Cobb series, kind of shaky, 7-1 medium. And it's a great just drag around out deep bait that any fish in the lake will bite.